So you want to install a T-post fence and you're wondering, how the heck do I do that? Well, how do you put a T-post in the ground to begin with? So I have a T-post right here. I've already installed a couple. Probably the most important tool you're gonna need is a post pounder. Be careful though, it's heavy. You can get one at your local Tractor Supply, order one on Amazon, whatever suits you best. Obviously you're gonna need some T-posts. You're gonna be doing some measuring, so you're gonna need a measuring tape. And then we got some yarn here. It doesn't matter what it's made out of, you just need something to tie from one end to the other so you can have your fence straight. But let's start with the T-post here. So you're probably wondering, which side does your T-post face? And it really depends what you're using your fence for. If you're gonna have animals inside your fence, then you want the studs to face inside, because this spine here is gonna provide some support against the pushing. So if you're gonna be having a garden and you wanna keep animals out, then you want your studs facing outward. And as far as putting the T-post in the ground, you might be wondering, how deep does it go? You just need this plate flush with the ground. Now I have this twine set up here because I want to make sure that every post I put in along this way, they're all lined up, they're all even, and everything is square and nice. So I need to figure out where this post is gonna go. Another thing you might be wondering is, how far apart do I put my T-posts in the ground? Well, ideally, you would want 8 to 12 feet in between posts, except for the corners. For the corners, you're gonna have your posts 4 feet apart. Why is that? Because you need braces installed just on the corners. And the reason why is because the tension of your fence over time is gonna cause the post to go inward, so you need braces to keep this corner from getting loosened by the push and the tension of that fence. So what we're gonna do here is measure 4 feet, and that's 4 feet right there. And we're gonna, yeah, that's the spot. All right, so we're gonna go right here. Another question you may have is, do I need to angle my T-post? I would say in the corners. You might be wondering, do I need to angle my T-post in the corner? Keep it parallel or perpendicular, especially when you're installing braces, because it's going to make the parts to connect the braces easier when you have it perpendicular and parallel to each other. So we are at 4 feet. I'm going to make sure now that I have my studs facing outside to keep the animals out. Just ensure that we're lined up with the twine here. All right, let's say that's good. Okay, so I would say to start out, just put that post in the ground a little bit so it doesn't go anywhere. Grab your post pounder. Don't do this on a ladder. There should be enough room to just plop it on there. Woo! All right, so before you start pounding it all the way till that plate goes into the ground, you want to just do a couple pounds. Now this is loud, just a heads up. So now once it's about this much in, you can, use your foot and you can make sure that it is at a right angle. It's where you want it to be. It's not that much in the ground yet, so you could still manipulate it to be at the angle that you want. That looks about good. All right, so now we're just gonna keep pounding until that plate is flush to the ground. Here we go. Our twine snapped in the process, but that's okay. So from here, we'll probably just put one more post in between these two and make our way around. So that'll do it.